The longest staring match of your life begins now. The next 7 days will pass without you blinking. Your eyes remain lubricated and debris-free thanks to blinking. You would have to deal with extremely dry, extremely painful eyes if this response, which occurs roughly every 4 seconds, didn't exist. A tear film is released when you blink, helping to keep the surface of your eyeball smooth. You won't have visual blur because of the smooth surface's ability to focus light. What? Who said that? Your eyes rely on this film for oxygen because there are no blood arteries that can get to your cornea. It also contains antibacterial and anti-infective enzymes. How fast would your eyes become cloudy, dry, and infested with bacteria if you didn't blink for a week? You are not permitted to blink at all for the ensuing 168 hours. To overcome this reflex, don't rely on willpower. Keeping those eyes open would require some major assistance. A lid speculum would be nice. Yes, despite the fact that it appears to belong in a torture chamber, this apparatus is typically used in surgery. It would also be your best option. Simply tuck a ring beneath both of your eyelashes. Simple, yes. Try blinking right now and good luck. Countdown has begun. You'd be fighting your natural inclination to blink after only 4 seconds. And what a battle you're about to enter. Your eyes would start to dry out if you had no method to adequately lubricate them. They would turn redder and redder every second. Small blood veins on their surface would be expanding, which would explain this. Your eyesight will become blurry when dust and other particles settle in once the shielding tear film has been removed. The surface of your eyeballs would be uneven. Even light would not be able to get through. Now, you'd be in a real bind. There would be more moisture disappearing from the eyes than being replaced. The burning would turn into a grittier, stinging sensation, and things will only grow worse. You'd be desperate to blink right now. Even though just a few minutes have gone, it seems like an eternity. So brace yourself, the challenge hasn't ended yet. You could go for a walk to divert yourself. But what's this? Yes, that would also be a poor idea. You have no means of shielding your eyes from the sun's UV rays. If you are completely exposed, this could burn your corneas and possibly impair your vision for up to 48 hours. All you would want to do right now is to go to bed. Oh, not so quickly. Sleeping is referred to as shut eye for a reason. Of course, we agree. For that, you'd have to close your eyes. You would be in excruciating pain and discomfort, which would be made worse by your frustration and the exhaustion brought on by insomnia. The 20% of those who can sleep with their eyes open include hopefully you. Infection risk would rise with each passing minute. It will itch on your eyelids. Mucus, oil, and skin cells would be expelled from you. We don't think that would make you feel any better. You would also experience corneal hypoxia as a result of insufficient oxygen reaching your corneas. For those who wear contact lenses, it could be a frequent difficulty. However, it's simply another catastrophe on your list for you to deal with. Your already manic-appearing eyes would swell, and if untreated, it might lead to cell death. Long-term harm would result from this. You would survive the week by pure force of will and perseverance. Although, to put it mildly, you would be miserable. You would be nearly blind, bloated, and in excruciating pain. Despite being legally blind, we can see. Just barely after this staring contest, you have a long road to recovery. You would be permitted to blink for the first time at the end of day 7, even though you ought to have done it more than 100,000 times by then. And that might be the most agonizing situation of all. When you rubbed your eyes together, a week's worth of grime would scratch across your corneas. This would be very agonizing because of all the nerve endings they have. The fact that you can now close your eyes and go to sleep would be the only bright spot, unless you're no longer able to sleep. However, that is a tale for a different video.